Welcome back to another another edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. And yeah, big episode of Collision today. Several big matches advertised, including Bandido taking Chris Jericho for the ROH World title, The Butcher versus Gabe Kidd, and to kick things off, the Beast Mortos taking a hologram. But before that, we saw Mariah May attacking Toni Storm as soon as Collision came on air. She dragged her out on stage and demanded the spotlight and told an unconscious Storm she was going to write the ending of Storm's story in her blood. And I think setting up for one more brutal match between the two definitely makes sense. It's probably the best way forward. But moving on into the Mortos hologram match, Mortos immediately asserted his dominance when their match began. His power advantage was significant, but Hologram found a way to use his speed and agility to take control. They walked for a break into the next segment, and the crowd chanting, "This is awesome," within seconds of the show returning from a break. There are going to be moments in imperfection in any match with this amount of high-flying maneuvers combined with a fast pace, but this match had very few. It's an incredibly entertaining display of lucha action. Hologram scored the win with a great pinning combination. The crowd was really into this bout, but Mortos turned their cheers to boos when he attacked Hologram after the bout. Commander made the save and helped Hologram when he saved his mask from being removed. Yeah, great match, 7 out of 10. I think classic kind of lucha storytelling at the end, but in the end it was still decent, still a good match, and yeah, gets 7 out of 10 from me. Harley Cameron then got a huge pop when she came out to give a promo. She cut over passionate speed and had the crowd in the palm of her hand. AEW has something special with this woman, and yeah, she needs to be given every opportunity. The next match saw New Japan's Gabe Kidd Collision's debut against the Butcher. While the Butcher had a small size advantage, it made no difference. Took control almost immediately. Curtis was shown watching backstage as a New Japan star talked a lot of trash and controlled the pace for the majority of the match and won a somewhat short, hard-hitting encounter. Fun for what it was. Kidd could be a good fit in AEW if the day ever comes when he's looking for a new promotion, and yeah, it was intriguing to see him come over. Here, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 from what we saw based on the match. Decent, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Before we got Julia Hart taking on Queen Aminata. Hart took on Aminata in the third match of the night, and a former TBS champion, the same entrance as usual, but there was something a little different about her this week. She was actually smiling and jumping around a bit like she was excited, which is the opposite of the cold and calculated Hart we've been used to saying. With Brody King and Matthews showing more personality lately, it's possible we're seeing Hart looking to evolve her character. It's a competitive and well-balanced match. Both women look strong, but Hart was able to get a submission victory without resorting to the use of breaking any rules. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for me. I thought it was intriguing from a storyline perspective. Did it really stand out on the show? Personally, I'm not sure it did. So yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Brian Cage and Lance Archer brought out two guys during their entrance and destroyed them for a squash victory, calling out the Hurt Syndicate and looking for a tag title shot. And MVB said they could get a title shot if they win against the best team next week. Yeah, that'll be a hard-hitting contest, presumably, when we get it. Before we got the Death Riders taking on Dudley Magic, Cole Handage and Daniel Garcia for the trios title. Yuta and Parker began the action, but Claudio came in and took over a huge uppercut that almost got a quick win. Cole Handage then took a lot of damage before he was able to take out Magic. The challengers gained a lot of momentum before the show went to break. Other than a few short sequences, the Death Riders were in control. This is a pretty dominant performance for a team that has needed to make these titles feel more important for quite some time. A fun bout, but the outcome was never in question. Garcia came close to winning his signature submission at one point, but it wasn't enough. Parker trapped out to Pac's brutalised submission to win the match, but Pac refused to release the hold. The Undisputed Kingdom came out and fought the Death Riders to make the save, and yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. A decent match, probably the best on the night. Death Riders continued side dominance, and I think setting up a feud with Undisputed Kingdom, which would be quite good. I think also, I'm actually probably need to see it at some point, so yeah, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Max Caster then came out to hold an open challenge, but it was a little upset to see Brody King answer. King offered a handshake and squeezed until Caster begged to let go. The so-called best wrestler alive hit a low drop kick to take the big man off his feet, but King countered him with a head scissors submission. King won with a cannonball to end a short match. It wasn't quite a squash, but it was close to it. And yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'm not really seeing the point of this stuff with Max Caster at the moment. I've got to be quite honest. So yeah, getting a bit tiresome now, and I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Before our main event was Bandido taking on Chris Jericho for the ROH World title. Bandido offered a handshake to adhere to the code of honour for the world title belt, but they talked some trash and used an opportunity where Jericho poked him in the eye to get an immediate advantage. Jericho hasn't had many high profile matches lately, but he was trying to keep up with his younger opponent and prove he was still capable of working the lucha style. Both men did well, making this look like a tough fight. In fact, it's probably one of the better performances we've seen from Jericho. And after a hard-fought match, Jericho won with the counter to Bandido's finish. He didn't even need help from Bill or Keith this time. So yeah, good win for Jericho this one. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was alright without really being a fantastic match, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I still don't like the RH stuff on AEW, but for the match itself, it probably was about as good as you could expect it to be. 6 out of 10. And overall, Collision gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, not a particularly noteworthy episode of Collision, I think it's fair to say. Some decent stuff on there, but not stuff that's going to live long in the memory. I enjoyed the Trios Championship match. The RH title match was alright. But yeah, maybe just a building week for storylines like we saw at the beginning with Storm and Mariah May. Very excited when we get to that match.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.